John Wink on the line and air bridge collapsing.
There's a sponsor. Kevin.
The 2023 KNC Groundworks Scottish Rally Championship is reaching crunch time. 2 rounds remain and the title fight is down to 5 drivers as the circus heads into round 7, the Armstrong Galloway Hills. Jock Armstrong and Hannah McKillop lead the championship and could wrap up the title with a win in Jock's home forests. David Henderson and Chris Lees are the Impreza's closest challengers, the Fiesta needing a win here to keep their chances alive. And if the top 2 slip up, it opens the door for others. Michael Binney, John Wink and Mark McCulloch all still in with a shout. 6 stages made up the SRC scoring event, the organisers not starting the first car until 3 o'clock. The gathering darkness definitely a consideration for the lower seeded crews, all chasing last year's winners, David Henderson and Chris Lees.
The stages look brilliant, super fast. There's a bit at the end of end of the third one, and it's like motorway rolling crests, and it's like a forest drive of sorts, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Just keen to get things underway now. Stages look brilliant. The section on the Raiders Road in stage 3 looks really good. So yeah, just keen to get going.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sitting in the back seat of the orange Impreza as we head into stage 1, the iconic Black Loch.
Right 3, crest, C70 over crest, right 3, tightens turn, right 9, 80 over gate, left 3 over crest, 70, right 3 in, left 7 over crest, 80.
And what was immediately apparent was that the stages this year were incredibly loose. It seemed to suit the Impreza crew, fastest in both 1 and 2 and second in 3, to head into service with a 4-second lead. Sweeping a lot of the loose, Henderson and Lees were third quickest in 1, second quickest in 2 and fastest in 3. The Fiesta just those 4 seconds back and readying themselves for a charge in the second half of the day. Already 30 seconds back in third, John Wink and Neil Shanks had an average look by their standards. An overshoot in 2 cost time, and John was unimpressed with his performance in 3. The I-20 8 seconds up on Michael Binney and Emily Easton Page. The Fiesta rebuilt after its Grampian rollover, and they were rebuilding their confidence with every mile. Five seconds further back, Stephen Petch and Michael Wilkinson had started strongly despite a slow puncture in stage 1, thankfully without major time loss. And 9 seconds down on the Fabia, Ian Wilson and Chris Williams were going well despite losing 5th gear in the Fiesta. Chris joking that Ian seemed to go better with a 4-speed. They had just 1 second over Angus Laurie and Paul Gribben, the Evo pilot going well in his home forests despite feeling he was backing off too much in the fast sections.
40, 4 left, 40, 6 right, 100, 4 left over crest, 5 right, 60 up, long fast 3 left, long fast 3 left here, 60 up middle, to short 3 right, into very long 3 left, don't cut, nips, and 2 left, fast lead. Good lad.
4 fastest in 1 and 3rd in 2, Finlay Ritson and Paul Beaton had started well until this happened in stage 3.
Left. Into crest, and 4 right, don't cut, 80, to short, 4 right, 150. Couple of miles to go, fast 4 right, 40, fast 4 left, keep in, over crest. Summer's alright. It's a puncher. And 6 right, 80.
26th quickest in 3, they dropped from 3rd to 8th and were debating whether it was worth continuing.
Just no luck this year at all with punctures. Just no luck at all, so need to see what kind of damage there is, but it might be home time after this. So.
And in the end, they chose not to continue. Enjoying the stages, Barry Groundwater and Charlotte McDowell had swapped the polo for Barry's lovely Impreza WRC, the Subaru Cup sponsor, running well in an early 9th. And chasing the WRC car was the amazing Pinto-powered Mark II of Stuart Eggleston and Brian Hodgson. They became one of the first victims of a bridge in stage 2, a heavy landing bending a wheel, and they had an overshoot in 3. Despite that, they were still 10th SRC and top 2-wheel drive after 3 stages. But where was the other championship contender? Mark McCullough and Michael Hendry arrived at service in 60th overall. We'll let Mark explain.
We had to stop in the first stage. It hit a massive rock on the line, we couldn't avoid it, and thought we had broken a bottom arm because it just felt like the whole car drawed up. But once we got out and saw what had happened, it actually just burst the wheel, but it burst the rim right in half, so we had to stop, try and get it off first and then change it. So we lost about 6 minutes.
The Proton crew would carry on, salvaging 21st overall by the finish. But at least they had fared better than Rory Young and Alan Cathers. The Argyll winners were second quickest in stage 1 before falling off the road into retirement in stage 2. And stage 2 also claimed Scott Beattie and Peredur Davis, a puncture removing most of the rear bodywork, and they called it a day.
Very gravelly and loose today, so power down was not getting where I wanted to go, and a bit frustrating, but no, I got the times. I slid from corner to corner, did okay. Stayed on the road, that was the main thing.
Oh, really good, yeah. So we just had to get started and see where we're at. Dropped a little bit of time to Jock on first one, a little bit less on the next one, and took a bit out of him on the third one. So considering I don't know any of these stages in this direction or anything, I think with the knowledge and experience that he's got, to be only 4 behind him after the first loop, I think I'm fairly happy with that.
Yeah. Stage 1 was okay, and then I had an overshoot on stage 2 down a fire break, so I had to spin it around and come back, so I've lost a handful of seconds there. And then stage 3, well, when we came out of the stage, Neil said, what the hell was going on in there? So it just didn't click, so I don't know, but I think we're sitting 3rd, which is fine, but there shouldn't be such a big gap to 2nd. Yeah. So, but hey, we're here and the stages are brilliant, ace fun, but just need to sharpen up a bit.
Yeah, we're having a fine day, to be fair. Yeah, just nothing crazy. I haven't got any confidence at all basically after the Grampians, so today's just all about building up again, which is a shame because we were on such a high. But yeah, we'll get there. We're not kicking the backside off, but we're not where we want to be. But yeah, it's fine.
A repeat of the 3 stages would round out the event, the majority of crews enjoying some low-light running. finishes during the day. Megan and John O'Kane really enjoyed their run to 28th overall and the Star Drive Award. With big rival Aileen Forrest retiring, this result leaves Megan tied on points with the Evo driver at the top of the ladies' standings with 1 round remaining. Jim Robertson and Mike Curry made it another Haddo Energy Super Seniors win with 22nd overall. The Mark II heads into the final round in the category lead, but Richard Stewart can still take the title in the final round if Jim slips up. Inheriting the Groundwater Lift Trucks Subaru Cup win after John McElwraith and Heather Grisdale retired, Jordan Anderson and Harry Stubbs were lucky to keep going after damaging both left side shock absorbers on the SS2 bridge. They nursed the car round to 20th overall. th overall and second two-wheel drive was enough for Robert Proudlock to wrap up the 2023 Moats Offshore Juniors title with a round to spare after an excellent season for both Robert and his co-driver Stephen Brown. Eggleston and Hodgson's great run would come to an end, retiring on the way to the final stage. Inheriting the Autoshop two-wheel drive win and the final place in the SRC Top 10, it was another good run in this part of the world for John Crawford and Josh Davison. They had to work hard for it, finishing only 2 seconds up on Proudlock and Brown at the end of the day. Ninth SRC at the finish, Scott Peacock and Craig Wallace battled through stage 3 with a burst brake pipe, but were running very well in Scott's home forests. Scoring maximum points in the Alban Garage Challengers was enough for them to wrap up the Challengers title with a round to spare. "13 seconds up the road, 8th in the SRC, was a good result for Groundwater and McDowell. Laurie and Gribben were back on form after their difficult Grampian, 7th SRC and 2nd of the non-Pro 4 cars. Wilson and Williams still had only 4 gears but were 20 seconds up the road, the Fiesta finishing 11 seconds down on Petch and Wilkinson's Fabia. The battle for third couldn't have been closer over the second loop. Binney and Easton Page and Wink and Shanks setting identical times on all 3 stages to remain 8 seconds apart to the end of the day. A good comeback result for Michael and Emily, and another podium for John and Neil in 2023.
Third's excellent. We weren't sure if we were going to manage to fight off Michael, but with 3 exact stage times in the last 3 stages, so
yeah,
that was enough to keep it.
It was very entertaining.
Was
yes,
it?
It was. Yeah, we were watching the times and it was very entertaining.
You just find it hard to believe that it can be that close, but it's fantastic. Yeah. It's been such a good championship.
The stages are really nice flowing driver stages, so you can really get your teeth into them and commit. And I think we knew we had to do that this afternoon, and out of service and kind of straight back into it. And as you say, the 3 identical times is hard to believe, especially following on for how close the Grampian was. It's a real feather in the cap for the championship.
That just left the top 2, the Impreza and Fiesta setting identical times through stage 4. Into stage 5, and Henderson and Lees were clearly determined to close the gap.
Left 1 into right on flat crest and a left 1, 40, left 1 over crest, 100, right 2 minus, 60, middle over flat crest, 80, left on flat crest, into right one over dip bridge, and left on flat crest, right one, 150, care left 3 plus narrow, 270.
Armstrong and McKillop were flying too, but lucky to get away with this one.
And left 4 opens, right 1 in over crest, 60, long left 3 over crest, tightens left 4, no cut rock, into right 1 over crest, and right 4, well done, right 4.
4 seconds were dropped to the Fiesta, leaving the two crews tied with one stage remaining. Not for the first time this year, it was down to a final stage shootout.
That was lucky, Hannah.
That was lucky.
Oh my God.
Well done.
That moment in 5 might have rattled Jock slightly, the Impreza man admitting to overdriving on the final stage, and they were second quickest to head to the finish in the runner-up spot.
I would say more my mistake than anything was just made a mistake in a left 4 which knocked me kind of off kilter slightly in a corner, and then you try harder to gain the momentum again and just drop some seconds. But I knew in the last stage, David seems to have the hand on that last stage, you know. Just flat open, good driving. So what can I say? The old girl did what we did, and we were it. But Hannah was perfect, you know. Read the notes. You know, obviously told me to tidy up a few times. Scrappy here and there, but anyway, you tend to overdrive then, and that's what I was doing.
Yeah, happy. Yeah, some mega driving this afternoon, so yeah, can't fault him at all. Some commitment.
With it all to play for, Henderson and Lees produced another fantastic last stage to take the win by 10 seconds, keeping the championship fight alive going into the final round as this incredibly close season continues.
It was great. We were a little bit behind Jock after the first loop, and then we managed to dig in a little bit and matched him on stage, took a little bit, and then we went into the last one equal. So yeah, I don't know if we were that confident we'd come out ahead of him because he's a wily old soul, but fortunately we did, so it's really good.
Yeah, fantastic day so far. It's a few times now we've gone into the last stage with it all absolutely to play for and need to dig a real performance out, and that was one of them today again. So yeah, really chuffed and just need to carry on into the darkness now and deliver the second result.
So Henderson and Lees keep the title fight going with another win, and they would go on to take the overall rally win over Jock and Hannah in the final dark 3 stages. The SRC moves on to the final round, the Carlisle stages, in October.